Hi guys, welcome Gojo, the representative of Australia for in Eurovision 2025. How are you doing, Gojo?
I'm really good, thank you very much. I'm in Sydney, Australia at the moment. Wishing I was in Europe, but no, I love Australia too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, actually, it must be a little, strange to be the Australian representative and coming from all around the other part of the world to Europe. So it must be a little strange,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like it's a 20. I think it's a 20-hour flight from Australia to Switzerland.
Mhm.
So that's like it's a pretty wild. I know I'm going to be doing a lot of bridges and workouts on the plane.
Mhm. Great. You're gonna be a little bit jet lagged, but that's not important. You're gonna be there. You're gonna have a lot of things to do and a lot of fun, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I mean, it's already been so fun, but I'm so excited. I love Europe, and I've been a few times, and every
Mm,
time I go, it's just always such a memorable experience.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually really funny and really a lot of fun, actually. I think both for artists and for just the casual viewers or the people like living Eurovision in the host country in the host city. So it was gonna be a really beautiful experience for you. I bet. So
Yeah.
I would like to just ask a first question. It's about how do you define yourself as an artist? Like, what is your past as an artist? How did you start your music career?
Oh, this is a great question. So yeah, I've been doing music for 10 years, like professionally 10 years, I would say. I started by producing songs, and I would produce records, and then I would have other people sing on the songs, and then it took. I think I was doing that for about 6 years. And then there was one session I was in where I was writing with someone, and the writer was saying to me, because I sung on the record, and the writer was like, "You should sing on everything from now on." And it was like one of those sentences that hit me, and it changed my life, because after that, that's why I just started producing, and then I would sing on everything that I produced, and it made it a lot easier. But yeah, like a lot of people don't really see the side that I feel like I've worked so hard at everything that I've done in music, and everywhere that it takes me and things like that. I feel very grateful for the sacrifices and the long nights, and the 10,000 hours, I suppose, that I've put into everything.
Yeah, actually, I started listening to because I discovered you through the Eurovision Song Contest when your song was released on the Eurovision YouTube channel, and I started digging up a little bit of your previous music, and I can say that pretty much you transition maybe from a more indie kind of style to Milkshake Man. It is a little more mainstream pop, or at least it still has that kind of indie vibe, but it's more, pop vibes. So, do you think that your future music as well will go into that direction, or do you want to still be as well in relationship, let's say, with that indie past of yours?
Well, I've actually always, through music, and this is something I've always followed since making music, has been
Mhm.
diversity. And I love that. I don't want to be making the same songs every single time. If I release a rock and roll record, I don't want to make another rock and roll record, another rock and roll record. I love changing things up and showing my diversity through production and writing songs. And it's the beautiful thing about music, and that I think, like, often a lot of people forget about, is it's this whole universe that you can kind of dive into and make whatever you want. And it's just limitless, the possibilities. So I think that's so exciting, and that keeps me very inspired to make new things all the time.
Yeah, like in the end, I think music is a spectrum, so we should not just be,
Yeah.
stuck in one genre. It's always beautiful to experiment and go beyond your limits sometimes. So great response. Thank you so much for responding to that. I actually looking forward to your future music as well, because
Oh,
you're such an interesting character because you created I can see that you're a real artist because you created your own character, but also being yourself. I can see you, for example, from your Instagram stories or posts, that you're really yourself, but you also put yourself into your music, and you created your own artistic character starting from yourself. So that is actually something that I really appreciate, and I think a lot of people appreciate, being natural in your own acting character, you know. So I really like that for you. Um,
I think that
so
might have to be one of the most sweet that anyone's ever said about me. That was so nice. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. I
I'm
really like your
blushing.
song. No, I really like your
Thank
vibe.
you.
I
I
mean, it's
appreciate that.
really. I think it's just when artists bring their own selves without any kind of mm, any kind of like walls between them and the viewers is just fantastic. So I think it's really good for you.
Yeah, and I always authenticity is so important in
Yeah,
music, and
exactly.
like we
Being
listen to songs,
being
and you want to connect to the person that that who wrote it and stuff. It's kind of like if you buy a car, you want to trust the people who make it. It's like the same thing. I know it's very important, and being authentic, and sharing my story, where I come from, and all that stuff. And I'm just so happy and glad that it brings people joy. It's all I could ever ask for in life.
exactly 100%. So let's go and just talk about your Eurovision journey right now. So Australia in Eurovision, we may say that you actually, this is a little fun fact that I discovered, because you are the first artist that never passed through Australia Decides for Australia, because yeah, Australia got internal selections with Voyager and Electric Fields, but you are actually the first one in never passing through Australia Decides. So how does it feel? Like, do you think that you would have participated in Australia Decides in the past? How do you think about internal selection and national selections? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think as music changes and relevance changes, I think the world is forever changing, and it's changing at a fast pace. I think that every year it could be different depending on, I suppose, the way that the world goes, or for a strategy reasons as well. So I'm just glad that I think it's such an honor that I got selected for me being who I am, and that's even what SBS said. They were like, just you being yourself is like exactly what we were looking for. And I thought even that is just such a sweet thing. And yeah, I like even what you said before. I think it's showing your personality and showing people that you kind of that you express yourself and you're a bit different. It's a lot of people appreciate that, and it's again I think it shows it's all around Milkshake Man, and that's why I'm so happy that that's the
Yeah.
song that I'll be performing on the stage. So yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. And do you can you just tell us a little bit about how you discovered like that you were Australia representatives, and the process to that actually? I want to have a little bit of insights about that because I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, of course. So I was actually on tour in Germany, and I was we were driving between festivals, and my guitarist, he was sitting in the front of our tour van, and he was like, "Oh, Gojo, you should do Eurovision." He doesn't remember this either because apparently he was half asleep. And then I don't remember he doesn't remember anything else. He went back to sleep. And I remember it just stayed in my mind, and I heard it and I processed it, and it stayed on loop, and it would come back to me like throughout that whole tour. And then I got back to Australia and had interviews with SBS. And that's when, I think it was after the third one, they were like, "How does it feel to be representing Australia in Eurovision?" And I just stood up and I was in disbelief. I was like, "What?" To represent a nation is like one thing, but to also be, representing a nation while doing the Olympics of music is a whole nother thing as well. And, it's like two dreams in one. Like for me personally, I was just, what's going on? This is crazy. It's so cool.
And I also saw that your mother took it really well, right?
If you want a good experience on Australia, you definitely need to watch that video.
Yeah, I watched it actually, and it was really funny. I think that if
Yeah.
I were to represent my country or maybe San Marino in Eurovision, my mother would have actually have that kind of same reaction. So I can relate to that
Right.
actually.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, I suppose, well, my mum's not too used to technology, so when I feel like that's a good thing for authenticity. She knew, she would speak how she speaks, and I thought it was just hilarious. It's so
Yeah,
Australian.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love my mum.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I related to that because yeah, my mother would have reacted the same way actually. She's like 100% authentic. She doesn't even understand how pretty much this works. So I can relate to that. It was really funny. So
Oh,
let's go. Let's go to your song. I wanted to talk about your song because, of course, it's the center of your experience in Eurovision. Just what is the song about?
yeah, I always love this question because it's funny. It's like, that's what I love about songwriting. You can hear a song and you can have so many different meanings behind it. But the song "Milkshake Man" actually has a very deep meaning. And
Yeah,
you don't, like, a lot of people wouldn't know that until they do a deep dive onto the artist, like onto me, and how I actually wrote the song and the concept where it came from. And yeah, and it all comes back to the environment. I wanted to create an environment around this concept, and the concept is like feeling like your most comfortable self, feeling like the loudest and proudest version of yourself, the most colorful version of yourself, because that's something that I think a lot of people struggle with. And especially like where it relates to me, coming from where I came from. I grew up on a self-sustaining property that was very isolated from society. And then when I went to move to the city to, pursue my dreams, it was kind of hard for me to adapt in an environment like that. So that was a concept that I really wanted to narrow down and put into a song. And I remember thinking about like milkshakes and ice cream and like, the ice cream trucks and the ice cream parlors. And it's such an exciting, fun, like imagery, right? And like when you think about ice cream trucks, things like that, you feel like you're a kid again. And I feel like that's when we're our most like, authentic selves when we're kids. And, we don't have any worries. We're just having fun. And that's exactly what I wanted to write the song about. So it was bringing the metaphor in from ice cream trucks and the milkman and things like that. And that is the whole metaphor behind this character of being larger than life and vibrant, and it hopes to inspire other people to see it and be like, I want to be in that world. I want to express myself and have fun. And it's like, yeah, I've just always believed that in life, that we all need to be here to help each other through this human experience. And I'm just so grateful that I get to say this message on the Eurovision stage.
yeah. So it revolves all around authenticity again. So it's just to spread
Yeah,
your message about your own personal life and to put your own personal life into your music and to spread your message. So yeah, it's
yeah,
also
and that's
the,
why
the feeling you were saying.
that's why I like to get so yeah, and that's why I like to get so I'm like, because I feel like even my vocal performance in that song, it's so expressive and like, it goes crazy and stuff like that, and it wants to invite you into the world of just like authenticity and expressing yourself wholeheartedly. And yeah, it's like what I love about music is just how you can come up with these really deep concepts, but you can like say it in a way that like it's an environment, and it's so like you can't really understand it until you do a deep dive into it. It's what's so beautiful about music.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, actually,
Yeah,
yes, and you can feel it from your music video. Actually, this kind of ideas that you had and the message that you want to spread. Talking about the music video, we see like the ice cream truck. Are you gonna see it on the Eurovision stage? Can you say a little bit about your performance? A little hints.
I
I know
want
that you cannot say a lot, but can you just give us a little
to.
bit of hints about it?
It's so funny. Every interview that I've had, I feel like this is the one question that has always come up as well. But I do want to keep it a secret because I think it's
Yeah.
exciting to keep people, keep people excited. It's like Christmas, right? When you don't know what presents you have under the tree, but if you open the present before Christmas, it like loses the magic.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to keep everyone excited and
No,
the day when.
of course, I know
I
that
come out.
every delegation and every artist want to keep their, own secrets about the staging.
Yeah.
Just if you had to describe your staging and your performance with three adjectives or three words, what would that be?
I'll give you one word, and the one word is fun.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
broad.
Because we know that Australia can stage a performance, so I have really high expectations, as many people have. So we are expecting something fun, powerful, and yeah, fun maybe would be the best kind of word to, I think, depicts your song, your performance, and music video. So great, let's. I'm really looking forward for that. So I saw some Instagram stories yesterday on your profile, and one of them drew my attention. They asked you one of your favorite, like your favorite Eurovision 2025 song, and you said that for now you are really drawn to Italy's entry, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I love Lucio's song is just so good. I've been listening to it a lot. I listened to it literally. I was listening to it at the gym this morning, and it's on my favorite playlists as well. But I've been listening to the Eurovision playlist a lot, and every single song is so great. I feel like it's such a good year of Eurovision music, and it's such an honor to be a part of it. It's crazy when I listen to it. I'm like, whoa, I love this song. And then I hear Milkshake Man come on. I'm just like, whoa, that's me. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So yeah, the question was like, what are your favorites, if you can say so, and who do you think is like from the artist is more into your vibe and you're gonna be best friends with?
Yeah, so I love Kyle Alessandro's song as well. I love Lighter. I think that's such a good song. That was actually one of the first songs I heard from this year's competition. I also love Voyage by Zoe Me. I think that's such a good song.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's such an incredible song, and it feels so like, I don't know, raw, and like whenever I hear it, I feel so connected to it. And I think like they did such a good job of like, just bringing that song to life, and the way that it's done is just perfect. Yeah, and meeting, I'm very excited to meet Tommy Cash, because obviously we have the two drink songs in the competition. So I'm excited to meet. I'm excited to meet Tommy. We've all been following each other and like talking on social media, which is cool too.
Yeah. I mean, this year at Eurovision, it's quite particular, because I don't know if you heard, but it's one of the Eurovision with most languages since a lot of years. Like many countries sing their own national languages. For example, like Tommy Cash sings in Italian, and he's Estonian, he's okay. But many Italian tracks, many French tracks, and I know that you are half French. Is that correct? Like you have French nationality?
I have French nationality. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you speak French as well?
No. I can understand it a little bit, but I can't speak it too much. I know a few words. But I don't know too much.
No, but it was not. Yeah, of course. it's not that
Yeah, it's
important
like
for me, but I wanted to ask you, do you think, like, do you feel also connected to France in Eurovision? Like, do you follow France in Eurovision? Do you like the French song? Because of course, I feel that being double citizen also makes you feel at home in two countries or in two places. I don't know what it's about for you because I'm just Italian. So I'm just asking you, do you think also represented by Louane this year, for example? And how do you feel of you having two countries in Eurovision, for example?
yeah, I love it. I think it's cool. I know Dad always sends me. He always sends me the French songs, and I know he sent me like last year Mon Amour by Slimana. I love that song. That would be my favorite song, one of my favorite French entrants. But yeah, I think it's really cool, and it's another reason why I wanted to put the French also on Milkshake Man too, to showcase
Yeah, exactly.
my heritage, my French heritage.
Yeah, so I I think that is something that many people can relate in Europe because many people are actually, double citizens in this continent because of all the relationship that we have between one another. So it was a question that I was looking forward to ask you, just because in these times of, really, I don't want to say evolving times, it's always important to stress on multiculturalism and embracing the other. So thank you so much for answering to this question. It was a question that I was looking forward to ask you. So to wrap up the interview, or just this conversation that we have, what are you looking forward for these 2-3 months, not 2 months actually, March, April, yeah, 2 months that we have from here to Eurovision, and how do you envision yourself after it?
Oh, so you broke up there, but I got all of it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like obviously beforehand, the 2 months leading up, there's a lot of preparation, which is, I mean, I've been doing for a long time now anyway. And yeah, afterwards, I can't wait to like go on tour afterwards all through Europe. It's like that we're planning at the moment too, for post competition, and I'm just excited to meet all the fans over there, and for us to be long life friends, and for people to come up to me and say hello, and meet all the other incredible artists over there, and make long life friends with all of them too. I think it's just, yeah, it's exciting. It's kind of like, to me, it feels like when you go to those like on school camps, when you go out into the bush or something, and I feel like this is going to be the same kind of thing where we'll probably have like I don't know, like a 10-year anniversary of the 69th Eurovision competition, and we're all
Yeah,
back in like in a hall. I think it'd be really cool.
yeah. So actually, this is Australia's 10th participation. You are the 10th year anniversary. It must be feeling good to be on the 10th Eurovision, 10th anniversary for Eurovision for
I know
Australia.
it's always an honor to be on a milestone. So being the 10th
Mhm.
Eurovision Australian entrant is very honorable and really cool.
Yeah, actually, it feels like yesterday that Australia joined. So it was really fast 10 years, but here we are. Thank you so much, Gojo, for this little chat that we had together. I hope to see you in Basel. I will be there. So I hope to
But
see
love,
you, and good luck for the Eurovision season, and have fun, and just leave it like, I don't know, it's the marvelous experience that it is, and everything will be all right, I'm sure.
thank you so much, and I hope you had fun as well. Thanks so much for having me on the show, and it's such an honor to be your first ever interviewee. I'm interviewee,
Yeah,
I think.
interviewing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everyone, watch
Thank you
the show.
so
Watch it again. Support the channel. Woohoo!
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Said by you, it's even more important. So thank you so much, guys. We will see each other in the next video or interview. Bye.